All right. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone, back to the HEX Happy Hour Show. We have our esteemed panel. Motley.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody.
There we go.
Yeah, we have like 30 people waiting. Y'all are awesome. Happy Hour. Hello, Exotic. What's up? Everybody's in the house tonight. So, you know what? HODL Dog's here. I think this show needs a proper introduction. Hold on just 1 second.
Welcome to another HEX Happy Hour. I hope you're doing all great. Thanks for my latest subscriber, Rect Pleb. Welcome to the beach, brother. And now please make sure to hit that like button. Let's get this video up to 200 likes. Hit that subscriber button and turn on post notification to get notified for every new video. And now let's get started with Cabana Crypto and our HEX Happy Hour. Boom, switch.
Hello, HODL Dog. Welcome to day 494 of my HEX journey.
Hey, everyone.
I had to give like the old school shout out there.
To start.
Best ASMR voice in the business.
Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Now I gotta change out of this hat here in a minute, but
I'll just keep it on.
not a what is this? Voice of an angel. All right, yeah. Smash the likey just for HODL Dog because that was excellent. Thank you for that great introduction, man.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, not as busy as last week because we had a couple weeks off and had so much to discuss. But it's HEX, man, and it's always like a busy week around here. I don't even know where we want to get started. We got actually, HODL Dog. I had in the notes here, and I watched it a couple times actually. I know Vince was watching today because we discussed it. You had an excellent video on forking, and I call it excellent just because the videos that I like are educational and they're to the point, and especially for general viewership trying to learn, or an audience trying to learn. I thought it was extremely well done, especially, just the, writing things out and, making a visual display of what you were talking about. So have you gotten a great reception for it? Because I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, I hope I did not give any wrong information out, but I didn't get any hate comments this time, so that was a good start for the video, I guess.
Always a good start.
And no, but I think it was also just in between, we had some further announcements of the Pulse chain, we saw some tweets of Richard Hart, and I was also speculating a little bit how the fork could happen. And but of course, I think there will be some Easter eggs, some secret pulses behind the launch by end of not the launch, but the announcements by end of the month. So yeah, but in general, people don't understand the fork, that it is a copy and you split the chain and you go your own way and you have what you should have on the new chain. This was I think the main topic. You have your liquid HEX, you have your staked HEX, and everything else around we will see, I guess. If you
hexes.
Yeah.
Pulse HEX, and then HEX Classic.
You call it HEX Classic?
I mean, call it whatever you want. You got one on Ethereum, you got one on Pulse.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hex Richard's vision.
Because you see a lot of speculation about how to get Pulse, if you need the T-shares, if you need the liquidity or whatever. But I think we don't and maybe we don't know. We don't need that much Pulse. If you see it on Matic, 0.1 Matic was lasting for 10,000 transactions, I guess. So maybe it's not the game about the Pulse, but I will get me some Pulse anyway. Just
if there's an opportunity to buy Pulse, I probably will.
Yeah.
It'll almost be like rebuying HEX on day one again. I'm gonna take that opportunity to pick up a bag of Pulse. Even if we get free Pulse airdropped, I'm gonna buy some more.
I might wait till day 3 or something.
Yeah,
this time.
maybe not day one.
Not day one.
Well, it depends,
Day
right? Like
one.
if it's not, it depends how it's released too, right? Like we
Yeah.
don't know. It's not like if it's not adoption amplifier
Yeah.
style, then maybe you do want to buy on day one. Maybe that is our price discovery.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna think twice about what I do on day one.
I definitely won't ape in like I did last time for sure.
But you should be up nicely even now from day one. So I FOMO'd in from day one as well, like a full retard. And now I'm like, yeah, it's
Never go full retard.
no, but overall, I did great. Like I managed to average like 200 days, I think, out of the launch phase. So yeah,
Nice.
no, but I think I will go in as not all in, but I will go in the first day as well. You have to. You need this stamp on your forehead.
You need it. It's gonna be a Staker app, a badge of honor at some point. I'm sure.
I think Mighty will make an NFT anyway. So
I love the idea of speculating when Richard said like the node, the validators will be ones that are like proven good actors in the system. Like, what does that mean? What
Big K, you're just ready to run another node. I already know you're just itching. Bring back the old days.
That's right, man. That's right. I feel I'm like, let me pull out some command line shit. I don't think that it'll be like that, but I'm excited to see what it is. I'm excited to see how it all comes together.
I'd be down to run one as well.
But where is this coming from? This validator stuff?
He mentioned on stream. He mentioned on one of the streams.
I must miss that. Okay.
About 80 something validators potentially. It's not set in stone, but he did mention it in passing on one of his streams not too long ago.
Was it one of his live streams or the audio copy of a Telegram chat?
It was one of his live streams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was his last one. He was I think he was just like offhandedly talking about it with was it with Chris that he was talking about it with?
I think it might have been Chris Boy.
And then there was some more little details kind of surrounding it that supported that in that audio chat too. But yeah, exciting. I love nodes.
Yeah, me too, bro. I just wanted to say because I missed the Telegram.
I love nodes.
Send me nodes.
Send me your nodes.
I love nodes and pulses.
Yeah.
I think Big Kurk would probably be a very popular Hexagon resource if that came to fruition. Your door would get beaten down about with questions on nodes and whatnot.
Oh, for sure.
Which speaking of, so that's something else that we could. I mean, if we want to go and talk about a little bit, is I'm stoked about Coffee's. I mean, he's not here right now, but Coffee's course that he put out.
He's coming in.
Cool.
About 20 minutes, I think.
We can.
All right. Well, we can put it.
Yeah.
Pin in that.
We can tell him since you mentioned it that we already talked about it when he gets here.
Hey, we already promoted. Don't worry about it. Just move on.
Watch the replay.
Next time, come on time.
Oh man. Let's see. What else? So I guess like recent news and not even news. I think you're Hexagon, but how about this price action, guys? I mean, like every major sell in the millions of HEX is just getting scooped right up, and that to me it's just incredibly bullish, especially as over time the supply number will slowly keep dripping lower and lower and lower, and these dips are getting bought. And I say it every week, I'm looking at these stakes, and it doesn't matter if it's 1 million, 5 million. Somebody staked 10 million, I think, for 5555 the other day. It doesn't matter if it's like 600,000 HEX. These stakes are going out for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. That's just supply that's getting locked away. And I don't like to go full retard bull, but man, this is exciting. So
I think the reason you don't see the price shooting up is because the whales that are buying are doing it smart. They're waiting for people to give up their positions. They have limit orders and they're waiting for the dips. And if there's even the slightest amount of one, then they're buying it up. So like if you imagine taking all of what has happened over the past so often and putting it into a market buy, it would have been a big jump up, but averaging smart. They've probably been listening, so that's great. I think that's super bullish. I mean, it can't be a better situation, really.
Yeah, it was funny in the voice chat earlier. John Wick and I were talking about onboarding, and I had brought up the point that I was very eager to get as much onboarding as I can right now because just because of how quickly these dips are getting bought up, it seems like we're already, like Big K was talking about, this 2 cent price floor is already being defended. Like we just reached this price floor within a week, and it's heavily defended with limit orders. Dips are getting bought up within minutes if you're not watching the chart. So like for me, this is just crazy bullish sign that we're getting ready to explode. So I'm trying to get as many people in as I can now because I want them to experience that next 5-10x gain so they can see their money just absolutely grow. Because when they see that, when proof is in the pudding and they see what Hex is going to do over this next 5-10x move, like they're going to be a Hexican for life. So I'm really trying to ramp up my onboarding over these next couple days. And John Wick brought up the point, which is also a legitimate point. It's he has a hard time. He's hesitant to necessarily bring people in at because we are at all-time highs, right? But for me, I have to take a step back as far as perspective wise and look at what Hex is, right? It is a long-term hold. It's about monetizing your time. So for me, the people I'm onboarding, when I onboard them, I don't want them to stake anything less than a year. Obviously, it's their decision, but I instill that mindset like, hey, this is a long-term hold, a long-term investment. And there's no doubt in my mind that if they buy here at this 2 cent mark, that will probably not even come back here during the bear market. There's almost no way in my eyes. So for me, getting them in now, getting them to experience this next 5 to 10x whenever it does come is way more valuable than with that mindset of just like, oh, I don't know, we're at all-time highs. The activity and everything I'm seeing right now, it's so damn bullish. Like we're the rocket's getting ready to leave the launch pad, and I want as many people to be on it as possible so they can experience what I've experienced over the past year and a half.
Yep, I agree. I like to end the question. You can see limit orders over at matcha.xyz.
And Bamboo Relay.
Yeah, and Bamboo Relay too. You can kind of see, I guess you're right. Bamboo Relay has a much deeper order book, whereas Matcha just shows like the last like 5 million, 3% on each side.
And you should also maybe consider with the recent price action, like the T-share rally, or soon maybe the B-share rally is also launched. Like this, you see it, you named it, Cabana. Like you said, like the long stakes, 10, 20 million, even more for the long run. They want to get the T-shares in. I think this is what Kareem is also preaching all day long. And you see the T-shares getting away. If you look at the T-share rate, like in the last couple of days, it went up roughly around 200-300 hex per T-share.
So I've been watching it, and so like I was thinking about doing that show where we show what coins we, just showing me spending the interest off of the stake that I have going, but I was going to do it from like 17,000 to 20,000 hex per T-share, but like that looks like that's going to be like a few months. Like that's not going to be very long. I thought it would be like a couple of years or something like that. It was only 3 weeks ago that we crossed the 17,000 mark, and we're almost at 17.5 right now. That's very fast. That's way faster than we moved up the entire first year. Like,
and nobody sees this on the chart because I asked Steph one time, or Fireban, I cannot remember, to print the T-share daily price on the chart, because you don't see it how fast it goes actually up. You see it maybe now here on graphx.rocks, but it's still the dollar value, I think, and it's T-shares are crazy, man.
Yeah.
That sums it up.
And how about this, like a little blip here that we had the price of a T-share went up 200 hex literally in an instant.
Yeah, a couple percent.
That was earlier this week. That was just fun to be a part of there, especially if you are staked.
And it's fun to watch. You see now also the short-term stakers still doing their job. So the big stakes short-term, 30, 60, 90 days. Oh man, they just help to get this T-share rate up like even quicker. So no, it's great. They're just burning T-shares for fun.
It's making me think we'll be well over 20,000 by the end of the year.
For a T-share?
Yeah.
If we're going at this pace now, dude, it's pretty sick.
I think Ninad or Ninad, however he pronounces his name in the voice chat, was talking about it earlier, and he's saying it should be about like 40,000 hex sometimes at the end of next year already.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wait, what now? Say that again.
Like 40,000 hex per T share by the end of next year, give
Oh,
or take.
So
boy.
by end of
Oh, boy.
2022. Okay, yeah, I can believe that. So yeah, 20,000 by then, and then a whole nother, and then yep, that sounds about right.
Like
Over.
20,000 hex per year.
Over
And
double
it'll
revenue.
probably ramp up faster, over time too.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, I'll be darned. That's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to DJ Cryptomatic. I see you in the chat.
Oh yeah, he's in the chat.
Stream of music yesterday. We have something for you later that we came up with in the green room. So yeah, stay tuned for that, DJ. But everybody here, check out at least some of his set, not just yesterday, but anytime. I just love it, man. He's got like the HEX logos on the records going, and it's just good stuff. He was like 80.
Talented.
That's great.
Everything. It was like
I'm gonna
awesome.
make sure to go check that shit out as soon as we're done with the stream for sure.
I think he's on Twitch actually, so I don't
Yep.
think there's
Yep.
anything saved
on
on
Twitch.
YouTube.
Yeah.
He streams like every day too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or, well, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
It
Yeah.
feels like he streams every day.
Yeah.
I'm always
Yeah.
watching him when he comes up.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna go check this shit out.
Yeah, you rock, dude. Let's see what else. Yeah, so this is another thing like I've noticed, and I don't think it's just me, but I also have a theory on it. What about this recent trend I feel that we're seeing of yeah, and he says live only new recordings. That makes sense. Yeah, get you some fans there, DJ Cryptomatic. So
The live shit's what I like to listen to anyway. So
yeah, it's awesome. So let's see. I think it certainly feels like it, just looking at the whale bot and the transactions go across, that we're seeing like a recent trend of unstaking, not emergency unstaking, but unstaking and then just outright dumping. So guys are cashing out, which is fine. I'm not as long as it's orderly or whatever, or you do it in smaller sell orders. But it does feel like, say, over the past couple weeks, we've had a lot more guys just, okay, you see an end stake, and then it doesn't matter if it's 1 million or 5 million, and they will just throw it at the market. And because of the low liquidity, it'll, temporarily, give you that wonderful dip that, we're all looking for. I see Motley every week is wanting a dip. Vince yesterday asked for a dip and got it literally within the hour.
I literally got it like.
Did you buy it, or did you just wish upon it and then it just?
Oh no,
came?
I actually bought part of the dip. Yeah.
Nice,
It's
that's
pretty
good,
awesome.
It
Yeah.
didn't last long.
Yeah, so
it didn't last long.
you think this
Yeah.
like coincides? I'm not seeing like a bunch of. Well, I guess I am seeing some year-long stakes come out, but I think it was like this time last year, April of 2020, where we had like, just the rocket ship go off, and that's when a lot of new eyes came into HEX and a lot of new money, and perhaps a lot of these guys staked, before that. And they just happen to come out now. Some perhaps got in at that time, looking at some of the dates. They're about a year old, and then they come in, and now they're getting out, and now they're just cashing out. So, is that what you guys are seeing, feeling? Because me, I know we discussed it with Look Into Crypto last week. It's like you're kind of dumb if you sell a breakout of this magnitude. That's
we haven't even really felt the breakout yet.
No.
Do not sell at 3 to 5 cents. Do not sell at 3 to 5 cents. You will get left behind.
Oh man.
Yeah, Chaos has a great point here too, because I remember a huge amount of free claims coming due. So that's also true there.
Yeah.
So we got all these eyeballs with perhaps extra buying pressure.
That's right. This was a time and during that adoption amplifier when we increased a big chunk on the percentage of free claims. So
And in addition to this is also roughly the time where a lot of us corrected our stakes, because a lot of us, honestly, in the beginning, we were weighted heavy those first 2 to 3 years. So we're getting to the point where you could correct your stakes out, but there was a certain point where you didn't want to go much further out, or you started to cut into your principal. So we're kind of on the cusp of what you could correct your ladder out to without cutting into principal. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And I was talking about this earlier. It's all about changing your perspective, right? Because just think of the end of this year as another big payday, and just hold off on taking. I'm telling you, just hold off on taking profits. If you have to save yourself, use the mechanisms that Hex has built into it. Stake out towards the end of the year, because we're going to see astronomical gains at the end of this year, and a lot of OGs are not going to be able to hold because they're going to see so much profit. They're like, oh, I got to sell a little bit. I'm telling you, hold to the end. Consider it another big payday. Stake all your stuff to November 19th so you could have another big payday. Keep that mentality, because you're looking at potentially a 10,000x by the end of the year, like what Hex was designed to do. Because right now we're on track to beat what Ethereum did. So by the end of this year, we could be at our 10,000x mark. And for you guys that don't know, that's 56 cents.
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to be there by May, like this time.
A year. Yeah.
May of next year.
So we've already held for over a year and a half, and you're telling me you guys want to take profits at 3 to 5 cents? I would think about that one. I would strongly think about that before you take those profits.
Yeah, 2 to 56 cents. I mean, it's barely a 25x, man. We've done that before.
Yeah.
Good
Drawing
question.
the bucket.
Question for your comment there, Motley. What happens November 19th? Well,
Payday.
what also
second,
happened?
Big payday. save you from yourself, essentially.
Yeah.
Is this an advertised event or?
No, it's just about the mindset, right? So for you guys that don't know, that are new to Hex, November 19th, we had what was called the big payday. So for everyone
Of 2020.
of 2020, if everyone that didn't free claim their Hex for their Bitcoin, it went out to all the staker class. So it was a big event that we had on November 19th. If you were staked out to that point, you would get additional Hex that wasn't free claimed. So it was a big event in Hex, only happened once. So all I'm saying is treat this year as another big payday event. Go out to the end of this year, because you're going to see amazing, amazing returns come the end of this year. Why take these measly profits at a couple cents now when you could be looking at $0.25, $2, who knows, by the end of the year? It's just be patient. You've waited this long. You've staked out this long. Just hold out a little bit longer, and you'll see life-changing wealth.
Yeah.
The longer you wait out too, then if it gets, like when it gets that high, then there's no incentive to really sell you're way less incentivized to sell your principal. You'll be able to stake that, you'll be able to sell.
Yep. Yeah. And then guess what, guys? You get to keep your money printer in the system longer, and you get to print more of that interest. That not only are you earning a crazy APY on, it's appreciating at the same time. I know the community, it's not compounding interest, but the community has kind of dubbed it as super compounding, where essentially you have interest and price appreciation to go alongside with it. So we're getting to the point where not only OGs, but people that are relatively new to Hex, everyone's going to be able to live very comfortably just off their interest alone. And they're going to be able to keep those money printers in the system longer. And then guess what? Over time, price appreciation, higher yield, you're going to be beyond wealthy.
Yeah, we just had another round of selling coming through from our seller today. So I'm just trying to pull that up, see if I can pull
Good.
that
Let's
up.
put them on the wall of shame.
Is it mostly coming from the same guy?
Hope he buys back higher.
I don't know if I pulled up the right window because I have 85. Yep, that's him. So another 5 million and a bunch of different sell orders come across. So, yep, almost done. He's got 4 million left. So,
Is he just running it down to zero? It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
And then the other one, Hexo comment on today because the guy had a bag of like 6.5 million Hex and he let go of like 3.3 million or something like that. And I just posted something in reply to Whalebot, and I was just like, halfway gone, just finish it. And then Hexo was like, this guy staked. He's the guy that staked 333 million for 15 years. I was like, oh, okay, he's good. He can sell a little bit.
Yeah, these people
He
that
has
are
like
selling...
60. Sorry, go on.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say he has like 60,000 T-shares or something. I just looked him up before. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is the money printer, like, beyond the moon, I guess, for 15 years.
Yeah,
These
that's
people
awesome.
that are selling Hex right now, millions at a time, they're just leaving hundreds of millions of dollars on the table just within the next year with what we might do as far as price appreciation. Like, I'm telling you guys, just hold out. Just hold out.
Yeah, it was literally what we preached all year in the first year. Just stake and
Year
then
two.
sell the
Got
interest. Yeah.
I mean, you've
like
made it a
now-
year and a half. You basically have less than that time, which is a year, until we get to the target-ish month of May. I can't help but go back to Richard's comment. I think it was just like a month ago. I mentioned it before here a few weeks ago. With a guy, I guess, bought the Lambo or something, and he was thanking
Overwatch.
Richard. Yeah, and then Richard was like, "Yeah, I mean, that's cool. You know, do what you want there, but you know, you could have held on to that HEX and maybe bought something more." But again, never going to get on somebody for taking profit. But kind of what you're saying there, Motley, is, you know, if you can, you know, put on Wilson Phillips, whatever you got to do, hold on for one more day and one more day after that, and you know, just hang on, guys. Just diamond hands, because
I mean,
it's going to pay so much. I think
another way to put it is just like, we all believe in Richard Hart. We know what he's done. He has proven results. You can count on your one hand how many times he's been wrong. So he designed this thing and he put it on the front page to do 10,000x in less than 2.5 years. We haven't gotten there yet, guys. How about we do a little social experiment and see if we can make it to that point? Because how many times has Richard been wrong? Not too many times. I can count it on less than one hand. So I think it might be in your best interest to go out the next 2.5 years and realize that 10,000x. And that's life-changing for everyone in HEX right now.
I mean, we're 12 on Nomics, or 13 right now. Whatever. We were 12 like a minute ago till like Seller Dude came in.
Who pushed us down? Bitcoin Cash?
But 13? Come on. I mean, it's a little over a year. It's amazing. I so bullish. And again, it's not just price and the chart for me. It is, and I think Brennan had a great tweet. I think it might have been earlier this week, actually, about supply. And he and I are right here regarding that. And I think it's going to be I think this is the year we see it. I don't even think we wait until next year. I think we get a huge move at some point this year.
It's this year.
To where the supply will get so low, and an entity or entities who are monitoring this, who are smart, who are watching this number, I believe, just, you know, in my heart, that they have a number in mind. And when it gets down to that number, there is a finite supply of HEX/T shares left. And I think they're going to take most, if not, you know, almost all of it. And it will be so scarce. And it goes back to the De Beers and diamonds and everything like that. That's where the party really gets started. And it gets, you think it's fun now, wait until the supply is just evaporated, which I just, you can see it. You can read the math. You can see the transactions. You can see all the supply staking out for not just a year, you know, years, a decade and a half. And that supply is getting locked away. Richard's not tweeting about it for no reason. This is part of the design. He wants, you know, he knows pretty much everybody, you know, that is in the product, the existing Hexkins, they get it, or at least most of them do. And like Motley's, you know, also here trying to strengthen your hands, because I know it's easy to sell. You got some stakes coming out, sure, maybe take a little bit off, but do you really want to dump here at like 2 cents and then possibly risk, like, if it's designed to do like a 25x from here in a year, do you want to, how much of that do you want to risk? That's all I gotta ask.
Zero. None of it.
I mean, you're right, man. You see these stakes happening too. They're like, I mean, like regular buys and stakes of 5 million, 2 million, 1 million, regular amounts, you know, that are, and like, that's the only way that you'd be able to see the stake length increase as it has. Like, it's gone up over 10% on a weighted average move is huge. You know, that takes a lot of stakes increasing length for that to move as much as it has.
Yeah. And D'Artagnan, I see your comment here. Actually, I have multiple videos on this, and it's cool because the last one I did, HEX was like 0.76 of a penny. And I think Bitcoin and Ethereum were close to around what they were right now. And since then, HEX is, I think, 3x'd. And those other cryptos that I mentioned in that spreadsheet video have pretty much stayed the same. and the story still applies. The potential for HEX, if it is going to do what it is designed to do, say a 25x from here, you think Bitcoin's going to do a 25x within the next year or two? I do not think so. I don't think Ethereum's going to do it. I don't think Polkadot's going to do it, even though I'm a big fan of Polkadot as well. I don't think Chainlink's going to do it. I don't think Aave's going to do it. I like all those, but for percentage gains, I cannot see any better opportunity than HEX.
Yeah, I think you're stupid if you don't give Richard Hart the chance to reach that 10,000x in 2.5 years. He hasn't been wrong hardly at all now. So
yeah, that's the thing. It's just give him the time that is required to gestate properly, because that's
exactly.
To be the fastest appreciating asset in history, essentially, right? Because nothing's appreciated faster than Ethereum. HEX is on track to beat that.
Yeah,
let's enjoy the ride.
And Richard was
wealthy at the same time.
Yeah, Richard was just using the bare minimum too, because that's the metric that Ethereum achieved in its first 2.5 years. So, yeah, I mean, we could possibly do a lot more than that too. So,
guys, it's conservative. Holy shit, 10,000x is conservative.
Yes. Yeah, I just love when he tweets stuff like, "You don't have to buy a whole HEX." Like, that's just
you can buy hearts.
Yeah,
buy hearts.
That's great. Yeah,
and people watching this stream, like haters, if they come across it, they'll be like, "These guys are moon boys. They'd have no idea what they're talking about and all this stuff." Well, check back in like a year, do a remind me of this for all the Hexkins out there. Do the remind me of this bot on Twitter. I was telling Vince the other day, I've done that a few times, especially with Raw Pal, and I'm in the green on all those, and I think anybody who has one is in the green on all those. And we're not even getting started, guys.
I know we already live on the moon, dog. Like we're already up here. We're going way further now. Like we got a long way to go. And it's HEX has
you're hard pressed to find literally anyone in the HEX ecosystem right now that is down. Nah. There's literally almost no one in the system right now that is down on their investment. If you're utilizing HEX properly and staking, there's literally no one that is down right now, which is absolutely nuts to think about in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, Alex K, Friday is the best day for some moon talk. I come from traditional finance. That's where I got my start in investing. So crypto is a whole nother ball game, and I hate moon talk. And when it comes to stocks, when everybody gets too bullish, that's when you get out. When you get too bullish in crypto, that's when you get out. But this is the most transparent crypto I have ever seen, and you can see everything on chain. And if you take the time to read it, that is why I am so personally bullish. I don't get this bullish. I've never been this bullish about anything, and I don't like saying it because I just feel dumb saying it, whatever. But for me to be wrong, there's going to have to be some seller coming in with 100 million, hundreds of millions, and just kill the price, and it's going to take time for buying pressure to build that back up. But you're just seeing it, small examples of it with 5 million cells, 10 million cells, $12 million cells of HEX. It's not taking a month to come back. It is literally taking hours. It's crazy. I just man.
Woo. And I've seen those signals like today. I had several people just today, just randomly out of the blue, that they're not even like super good friends or anything like that, just acquaintances, people I've met along my path, and one way or another they knew at one point I was in cryptocurrency. And like, no lie, I've had 3 to 5 people hit me up just today that like are more or less just acquaintances, like, hey, like so you were into cryptocurrency and mining and stuff, right? Like, what should I invest in right now? Like, do you think I should get in? And I was like, oh, like that was the first signal. So far, like, I don't think we've gone that mass retail adoption like we've had in the past during 2016, 2017. Right now, it's a lot of these big investors, Grayscale, Tesla, MicroStrategies, all this stuff. Today was like one of the first times where like my eyes really opened up. I was like, whoa, like it was weird that several people that were just some acquaintances that I've had over the years just hit me up out of the blue all together at once. I was just like, That's a signal. I was like, here we go. I was like, do I have the cryptocurrency for you?
Yes.
So many
far
top
we
signs.
did not.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Yes. So far, we did not had a real bear market. We just had this COVID bear market thing last year, and once we are having a real bear market, like everything is going down and like everyone is bleeding, I want to see how HEX will do, and I'm even bullish on a bear market for HEX. That's a little bit crazy to say. Yeah, man. So. I think it's going like that. Sure.
Nope, this way.
Well, I mean,
I practiced.
I talk about that before that the reason you can be so bearish or bullish in a bear market is because typically in crypto, the reason why you see, I believe part of the reason you see such huge extreme volatile dips is because everybody has, you can have a bank run at any point in time. I think everybody has the ability to sell 24/7, 365. It's not like traditional finance where there's a time and there's time of day for it, or housing or anything else. You got to call your realtor. It's just everybody can dump really quickly on whatever news that they want to, whatever changing winds. And like HEX, we just know that's like physically impossible. Like there's huge swaths of the percentage of these coins that are locked up that like cannot be sold, whether it be origin address coins that I haven't been moved, or whether it be staked coins, which is a huge percentage of the coins. There's not much available to be even to be there to dump the price that much.
Yeah, and we see emergency end stakes when the price goes up, but I think we will see emergency end stakes when the price go down as well. This little thing is just it's gorgeous, but it's like it's doing the job, and that's why I'm really looking forward also for a bear market, because we know all that the bear market is coming for the crypto in general, not just for HEX maybe. But I think this will be also really, really fun. And by the end of the month, we have a new announcement of the blockchain, of the Pulse chain. So come on, HEX has to go up a little bit higher until the end of the month, I guess.
We've already seen HEX decorrelated from everything else in crypto. And how amazing does it look like when you go to Nomics, the most accurate CoinMarketCap site that we have to date, and all you see on that front page is just death, all bloodbath, everything's in red, and then you just see one bright green plus 15-20% HEX out of everyone. Everyone's eyeball just gets drawn to that immediately. That's going to be a representation of what happens in the bear market. Not only is everything going to be just pure bloodbath, everyone's trying to get their money out, everyone's just making a run, trying to save themselves to the best they can. HEX is going to, I'm telling you now, HEX is going to be that damn green candle out of an entire bloodbath. And in addition to that, once people see that and they start doing their research and looking into it, it's like, hey, what's that one cryptocurrency that's not just dying right now? And it's HEX. And then they find out they can earn trustless interest, and they can earn up to a 40% APY in the middle of a bear market to try to save all these these horrific wounds they've received from all these other cryptocurrencies. And they found this one that's in the green during a bear market, earns you 40% APY. You don't think we're going to have a large majority of all that economic mass looking for a safe haven in crypto come to us? Man, I think HEX could act differently in a bear market than anything we've seen in crypto to date.
Yeah. And Justin here, this is cool. I follow an investment YouTuber, 250K subs, recently did well in Bitcoin, mentioned he is investigating new cryptos to invest in, mentioned HEX, he said, I'll look into it. That's all it takes sometimes, guys. Especially if you do it kindly and, casually mention it over time, the name crypto or HEX, the name Richard Hart, it sticks in the ear. I mean, freaking Lex Friedman could be talking to him, in the coming weeks or months. And that just, I don't think, didn't happen just because Lex is out there looking at YouTube videos and being like, oh, let's see, oh, who is this guy? I see the Hexkins on Twitter who are fans of Lex already, kindly, mentioning Richard Hart to him and kind of like piquing his curiosity about it. And I think, that was a big factor in that. So yeah, casually mentioning something like this is great. I like retweeted something earlier today, or actually it was just like an hour or two ago. Some fund managers getting into crypto. He's, interested in, it's like a huge hedge fund. and he's also interested in the staking aspect. And I'm like, these guys, these bigger players, I'm not saying they're going to get into HEX anytime soon, but they are going to realize, especially like the guys have been talking in a bear market, that you're going to want stuff that makes you money when everything else is just looking awful, and that day will come, and could be sooner than later. Or we could be a few more years away yet if all this stimulus takes effect, and then the economy comes back because everything's reopening faster than some people thought, and some politicians are opening just because they're scared of losing re-election. So it's such an exciting time, and I think that brings up another interesting topic too, is that is on the community to get the messaging out and to concentrate on that in a bear market, because people will sell anything and everything in a bear market. It doesn't matter if your safe haven asset is a shiny gold rock. They sell that. They sold that in the COVID dip. Doesn't matter if it's these great safe stocks. They're going to sell those as well. So even I think HODL was saying there, the dip will come, and I do expect HEX to get sold into, and there's going to be emergency end stakes into it. But at the same time, we can negate some of that, and by preaching the time lock, the interest, the income, passive income nature of it. And it's going to be, partly on us as a community to educate people and be like, look, this is way safer than a bunch of this other crap that's out there. And when, Bitcoin or Ethereum takes like an 80% dip or something over the course of a few months, years from now or whenever it could be, we're going to have that messaging out there and, preach it, man.
But the beautiful thing is about what Justin did is everyone can do that, right? Like every 20,000, 25,000, 30,000 hexagons out there now, like everyone can do that. Everyone can reach out to big influencers, reach out to your neighbors. You can constantly just reach out to everyone. And like I did that recently with Richard at one of his streams when he was going over his watches, just like, hey guys, like I'd love to do an interview with this guy's name's Nico. He's an Irish guy that does really funny watch reviews for any of my hexagons that are into watches. He's like, you guys go get me an interview with that guy. And I was out walking my dog one day and I noticed he was live streaming. So I went on there and I went in this, you can go to super chat, and most of these big influencers will read your super chats. And I paid him like $5 or $10. And I just put in there, hey, Richard Hart, billionaire entrepreneur, would love to do an interview with you. You should reach out to him. And I like posted his Twitter and his Telegram handle. And Nico went on like a rant for like the next like minute or two, talking about Richard Hart. He's like a billionaire, wants to do an interview with me. He had his people that were running the live stream like look him up. It was funny. He was going through Richard Hart's channel, and he was just like, oh my God, this guy's got like 4-6 hour videos. He's like, all right, it's your job. Find out where he wants to do the interview with me and let's make it happen. So like, it's something that costs you $5-10, or maybe something that's just little as your time is making a comment. And you can have outreach to an entire community that's outside the crypto space that's not aware of HEX, and continue just to grow what we're trying to do here. And it just takes just a couple minutes of your time. So it's something anyone and everyone can do that we have out of this community of 20,000-30,000 people. Can you imagine if every single one of us does that at least once or twice a week? Holy crap.
Just don't do it on the Tone Waste stream. He just don't read your comments.
Yeah, that might be a waste.
Well, a waste of a super chat.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, don't super chat Tone Vase.
Talking to a maxi in general is pretty much a waste of time.
What's up, Coffee?
Hey, Coffee.
What's everybody doing?
Hey, Coffee.
What's up?
Good.
Just got off work. Oof. Can't wait to quit this shit. Right.
Yeah, same. So, I mean, I own a business and I still don't want to do it anymore. So I'll sell that stuff. But yeah. So how you doing, man? I hear you have a little side hexagon venture in that it has been brewing and is now released to the public. How's it going? Tell us all about it.
Yeah, sure. I love showing my own stuff. HEXPassiveIncome.com. Go there now. I spent a long time on it. I built a course that is specifically designed for no coiners. So chances are it's not for you guys if you're watching right now. But if you're brand new to crypto and if you're brand new to HEX and you don't know anything about, what are wallets, what are private keys, what mindset should I have coming into this? I mean, if you're seeing green candles go up every day, but you just want to get involved, but you don't really know how, this course is for you. This course is definitely for you. So anybody in the chat that's watching, check it out. It'll save you tons of time, tons of money, learning from all the mistakes that I've made. I mean, I wish I had this course, a couple of years ago. I would have probably saved thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses. So you really need somebody to walk you through it. This course is pretty simple, but I know crypto can be overwhelming for people, right? So this course is really meant to break it down, just bite-sized pieces, step by step, from being a total no-coiner, knowing nothing at all, to a full HEX staking ladder. It'll set you up with a passive perpetual income machine for life. You print your own money. That's what we're doing in crypto. It's a beautiful thing. Get it. It's $199, and it'll probably be the best investment you'll make in your crypto journey. But again, only for beginners. I want to stress that a lot. Like, if you're a pro, don't waste your money on it. But it also does have an affiliate program. So if you want to get involved and get a little piece of the action, you can create your own affiliate link, and you get $80 for every sign up, right? So it's a 40% profit referral share. I think that's pretty generous. And if you're going to show to somebody, if you're going to onboard a new user and you're already doing that anyway, why not get paid for it and save yourself the time and hand-holding them? Sell them a course. They'll probably have a better time with it too, because you won't be frustrated and you won't have to baby them through it. I'm going to be spoon feeding them all the information. You get $80, I get $120, and the end user gets a lifetime of financial freedom. So sounds like a win-win-win.
And the entire community, I was gonna say, and the entire community gets stronger because they're an educated holder and know what they're doing. They're not just buying it and flipping it and wrecking the price on low liquidity.
Some people don't even know you can stake HEX. Like it really all comes down to the community doing the education, putting all that stuff out there. And if anyone was going to do it, Coffee has pretty much built the most professional version of an educational course that you can have for HEX.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep it down, Vince. Freddie wants you to tone it down a little bit.
Sorry.
But what else I see in the chat? D'Artagnan asked me how I personally heard of HEX, and it was just a Richard Hart stream, not stream, but I watched him for a while and followed his journey in a sense as to him creating a crypto out of this concept, and pretty much just started from there. I don't even know if I know your guys' just intro to HEX, maybe Coffee, because we streamed about it before, but how'd you, just quick around the room, how'd you find out about HEX, Motley?
Doug Polk interview. That was the first one. I followed him. One, because he was a poker guy. I was heavily into poker. And then he was also at the time covering the BitConnect scandal and all that stuff. So he was making very entertaining interviews and videos just about BitConnect. And then he did this interview with this guy in the crazy top hat, long hair. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And I was watching, and he came on with the premise essentially telling Doug Polk, who's, for you guys that don't know, his profession is one of the best heads-up professional poker players, that, hey, poker is a negative-sum game, and you can spend your time elsewhere better building things and making the world a better place. And I found myself kind of very, I was just very drawn in by his presence, about what he was saying. And then I found myself by the end of the interview agreeing with a lot of the points he made. And I was just like, wow, for someone who's played poker since I was very young and just enjoyed it, whether it be just for fun or just trying to actually win money and take money from somebody else, I realized that Richard Hart brought up a lot of great points. And I was just, it kind of opened up my eyes. I was like, wow, this guy's very intelligent. I wasn't expecting to kind of have my mind changed in a topic that most people, when you debate someone, you come in there with your set views, and most people do not change. And I found myself to be that way as well. So when someone's able to open my eyes to something that I didn't necessarily see before, that has value to me. So I immediately started following Richard, and the rest is history from there. Found out about HEX as he went on his journey to creating it.
That's awesome. How about you, HODL Dog?
I think I saw Richard's video on YouTube, like the live streams early, and I just like the rough language, how he talks. So
you're attracted to the personality.
Yeah, actually, no, also what he has to say. But I was like one of the wrecked plebs back in crypto 2017, like doing stuff, and I listened to him, and he actually went out with the 20K top on Christmas back then on 2017, and we were just sitting in the living room watching the chart going up and like our value in Bitcoin going up and then going down again, and nobody sold. So yeah, it's like it was like around end of 2016, beginning of 2017 when. And then he slowly started to talk about, I think, this first crypto project, and then we shifted over to HEX. So
Yeah.
I was waiting, like, I think for a year, man. That's like, yeah.
Nice. How about you, Vince?
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I found Richard Hart through the Roger Ver debate or live stream that they did back in like 2018, and then I kind of worked my way back, and then found his self-help videos, and then yeah, and originally, yeah, I was waiting for a CFD token as well, and my original plan was just to kind of sell all my shit coins and then ape into that, because yeah, by that time he was already my favorite crypto YouTuber, and you know, I thought that was going to do well, but then yeah, he just kind of pivoted to HEX, and yeah, it's just I kind of lost track, and I didn't really get involved in the HEX community until after it launched. But yeah,
Nice.
That's pretty much it.
Any cough?
No,
Sorry, skipping over Big K. Yeah.
Well, he was, you know, indispensable.
I'm back.
Let's see. My first Richard Hart experience was probably the Roger Ver interview. I'm a recovering BTC maxi myself, so it was really good to see. You know, he gets on stage, or he gets on a live stream with people that actually fundamentally disagree with Bitcoin. And at the time, I was like, you know, hell yeah, he's on my side. You know, Richard's like agreeing with me on the whole Bitcoin Cash thing about why BCH sucks. But then it's like he'll give you more and more of these like reality inverting little bites of information that really, like Motley said, make you change your whole way of looking at life. And you know, I like to follow anybody that goes against the common. I mean, I'm kind of a, what's the word for it? Like
contrarian.
Yeah, contrarian. Thank you. So I like to follow different contrarians. You know, Peter Thiel. I put Richard Hart up there with him, and you know, Elon Musk, and a couple of the other really smart guys I follow. But yeah, you always got to get your info from multiple sources, and I haven't really ever had anything bad or anything that I've fundamentally disagreed about with Richard to a degree where it hurt me. It was only positive, you know, beneficial advice and stuff like that. So, yeah, I would say that's how I found out about HEX.
Cool. And Kurk.
I've told this one a few times over. The first time I heard of Richard Hart was on Twitter a long time ago, like complaining about Bitcoin Cash fork, and I was a Bitcoin Cash fan, and so he said shit in the Roger interview. He's, you know, I just didn't. I was pretty much like, fuck this guy, and I blocked him on Twitter. I blocked Richard Hart on Twitter for a long time, and it's straight up
the best for last. All right.
It straight up cost me a lot of money, man. It straight up cost me a lot of
That's hilarious, man.
There's no other way to tell it. So like, it wasn't until after, you know, getting wrecked through that experience and, you know, trying to pick it all back up. And like, I mean, I was like, I'm in crypto. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to mire through the worst of this fucking bear market and try and understand what the hell's going on here. And in doing that, I unblocked some people. I went through my Twitter and I was like, I got to have some other, I was like living in a fucking Bitcoin Cash echo chamber. And I was like, I got to get out of this place, you know? And so like, I started to, I started to unblock people. And when I unblocked, Richard, he said something that like immediately hit on my, because it was where I was coming from, is he said, if you don't understand why all the top 10 coins exist and what they're doing there and what they offer their market, then you have no business telling anybody, you know, having any opinion on cryptocurrency whatsoever. And I was like, oh fuck, I don't know what like 5 or 6 of these coins do, you know? And so like, you know, so I immediately was like, I gotta go do some research. And like, and then I was like, man, and I started listening to other things he said, and it was just a cascade of god damn it, son of a bitch, like, he's so right, and I wish I'd heard this, like, you know, I was just painful, you know, but like, it was I mean, great, it's great to like find it and figure it out at the time I did, because it was about, a year before HEX launched. It was like January of 2019. So like I was in the HEX chat room for the whole growth of it all and everything else. So I was very, very excited about it. I was a part of the 4 more weeks, like since forever.
Yep. You're old school if you know that whole thing.
So yeah, like I said, and it's a long journey, but I mean, I've been in crypto a while and lost a lot of dough and fucked around with a lot of stuff and learned that like most everything in this is a scam. Most everything is just like even if it's not, some of it's just terrible ideas that don't even know they're a scam, but they are, or just won't ever be, but that's still, I just figured out at one point in time, I was like, I don't really like when Richard started saying that, these are unfinished, these are like promise projects, I was like, oh wait, I don't really want to be like a venture capitalist in this space for a bunch of assholes that I don't like maybe one of them does something like I'm not just not cool with that, so.
Yeah. And let's see, D'Artagnan seem a little sauced in chat there. What are you drinking, bro? And what's everybody drinking here? I have a little rum and coke. You got anything there, Kurk, or anybody else?
Yeah, my standard that I have been getting in. I can do wine again, Russian. But it's not a White Russian. It's rum, Bailey's, the Bailey's almond, and then the coconut water. That's all. So
nice.
Tropical.
I've got citrus twist bang with a side of Tito's and Hex haters. Yep.
Yeah.
Hex hater tears, I should say. Yeah.
I just wanted to say like half a liter of Hex tears haters. Or Hex
cheers to that.
I can pulse better if I drink this.
That's right. Stay hydrated, folks.
I'm just drinking a Topo Chico since I'm a ex-alcoholic or ex-alcohol drinker.
What's in the mug? Coffee.
I got something called water. It's pretty revolutionary.
Tears of Hex hater
as well.
Tears.
Yeah.
But that
a lot of the earth is
promotional
covered
sticker.
Yeah. So Kurk, you had a phrase that you mentioned there and just brought up a point that sometimes I think about, and that was echo chambers. So I try to be careful with my bullishness, especially right now, because we are kind of in a, hexagon echo chamber, if you will. Granted, I do feel like this is also not as much of an echo chamber because we've come from so many diverse places in crypto and in finance to land here, and that's why the community is great. So I just wanted to go around the room. It's not something that I worry about by any means, but do you feel like sometimes we're kind of boxed in and you want to peek your head out and see how do you stay kind of in tune with the world and keep your world view while also obviously being passionate and I think very smart for owning such a great asset.
I mean, we're in an ecosystem, right? Obviously we're in our own echo chamber, and I mean, by design as well, because I love Hexicans. I love the community that has flocked around this product. I believe they're very intelligent, very talented, and I believe there's a reason why all these individuals have found Hex. I believe we share a lot of commonalities, and I truly enjoy this echo chamber I'm in because I made a lot of good friends in this space. At the same side, when it comes to adoption, obviously you do want to reach outside of that echo chamber and reach other groups. And honestly, as much as we are an echo chamber, I think on the other side of the token, I think we reach outside of our own echo chamber better than 99% of other cryptocurrencies in the space. So as much as we'd like to give ourselves hard times for being in an echo chamber, I think at the same token, Hexicans do a very good job at reaching outside of their echo chamber and reaching out to no coiners very creatively. People in the community are building stuff to continue to reach outside of the space. Richard is continuing to do interviews with people outside the space of cryptocurrency, and our message continues to reach outside of our current bubble that we're in, not just a Hex bubble, but the crypto bubble. And I think as over the past couple of weeks and months, I think we've noticed it as kind of, I don't know what it is, but I've seen a ramp up of it seems like the haters are coming out a little bit more again. And I think they're starting to notice that HEX is gaining traction. And not only are we gaining traction inside the space, but outside the space. And honestly, I think they're a little jealous of where they see HEX going. I think we're on the edge of a breakout, and we're starting to reach, we're punching upward and outward like Richard just talked about.
Nice. Wales is onboarding his boss right now. What is her name? Oh, wait, that's Papa Boner's onboarding. So you mean HEX on? Okay, never mind. Gotcha.
So his thing.
HODL dog. Oh, go Kurk.
Oh no, you can take. You're all good. You're all good. I was gonna say that I specifically do. Like try not to block all the people that I used to follow on Twitter and like still pay attention to a lot of the other stuff and interact with it to some degree, just because like I don't want to like be completely in an echo chamber either. That's you're right, 100%, Motley. We have to reach out.
Yeah, and I think we were talking about this a little bit in the green room too. It's probably a good segue into like the trolling bit and how to deal with that as a community as well, because it's at the same time we own something that to me is like the whole Lindy effect thing, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day. So that is on our side. It's going to get stronger. It's only going to get stronger with us, but it's some voices will get louder because they are going to get angrier because HEX will keep performing and it will keep stomping their rankings down on Nomics and hopefully other, market cap sites once they actually finally succumb and tap out and list HEX properly. So I think it's also important to discuss as a community is to, how to maintain a certain degree of civility, but at the same time, I mean, you also have to stand your ground. Don't take kindness for weakness. I think if you're a nice person, which pretty much any Hexagon I've ever met virtually certainly seems to have a good head on his or her shoulders, but at the same time, you also at some point gotta defend your turf, and there's a balance there as you have to achieve personally. So I know there have probably been a couple examples this week. I shouldn't think of them every week, but on Twitter, and feel free to talk about that. I think you were possibly going to bring that up there, Motley.
Yeah, just educate them with facts and data. I think Wales only does that probably better than anyone else. You don't need to express your opinion. You don't need to do ad hominem attacks. You don't need to tell them to go eat dicks or anything like that. Hit them with the data, hit them with the facts.
He does not. He just tells them they're stupid. So.
Exactly. And then they can look at what you present because you're laying the facts before them. You're making it easily accessible for people. Maybe you're not going to change the mind of the person that's attacking or doing the tweet or hating, but other people that come to that thread, when they go and look through, they're going to see both sides of the argument. They're going to see one person that's clear-headed, providing factual arguments and data, whereas the other person is just doing personal attacks and just parroting what a narrative they've heard over and over again. And the legitimacy of one side is going to be much more clear than the other, and it's going to shine through every day.
Yeah, and that's free advertising right there too. That's literally almost the best because it's organic, and it's like a billboard saying, "Hey, look at how stupid this hater is," because he backs his opinion up with nothing, right? Like you can come at and don't try to. I mean, on Twitter is a tough one, right? Because you only get 240 words, and that's what I hate about Twitter. You really can't. Yeah, you can't do nuance on Twitter. So I'd try to recommend just going with one or two sentences. You don't have to explain. I know we know a lot about HEX, but you don't have to explain every fucking thing about HEX. It can just be one little tidbit here, one little tidbit of truth there, but try to respond to their points directly too, so it's like, okay, I addressed your point, and then you hit me back with, you're a fucking idiot and you're a scammer. So like they really look stupid by saying that to a regular point.
I mean, I like a lot of the reach out to when it ends up being about like if we're talking about Bitcoin and showing them clear proven evidence of things that they don't understand about the system that they love so much. Like that's an even better way to like, you don't have to like go into lengthy discussions about HEX. You can like try and give them some sort of like, here, how do you not understand the very thing you're talking about? So I mean, but again, it's mostly futile. I mean, Richard's right that like if you're gonna give up time to that shit, I mean, you gotta be careful with that because it's you're gonna waste time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Wasting time. Maybe you should also consider how much energy you want to put in to turn a BTC maxi over or to convince somebody. I think it's even easier to talk to no coiners or to like new coiners. And like what you said monthly before about whales, I think he talks another language than we do. Like we talk the crypto language and he talks like a little bit more the Wall Street language. And I think this
speaking of
whales. Yeah,
yeah,
brother.
awesome.
I want to hear that.
Sorry, hold on. Go ahead.
No, that's all good. That's what I see when I listen to his videos or watch his videos. Like it's a different approach. It's still charts, but he uses other words, in my opinion. Like we are just the crypto boys, and yeah.
What you doing? No.
It's not working.
Where
Man.
you're pointing.
We tried.
Okay.
No, but I think this is like, and I was not that rough on Twitter in the first year, so I guess I'm not blocked from so many profiles. So I still see shit going on other sites, and but I have to admit I'm not that much interested in so many coins anymore. I look what's going on in Bitcoin, I look what's going on in Ethereum, but then it's getting a little bit.
Yeah, so like that's an interesting little point there. Who, just like a quick little list, because I'm sure some of us are blocked, but who are you blocked from on Twitter that is an influencer? Like your top ones. I got Crypto Lark, the Toned Vase, and Box Mining.
I think the Tone TA Waste is probably the dude who blocked me first. But I don't like his haircut either, so it's okay.
Wait, Cabana, no McCormick? McCormick hasn't
No.
that
No.
you need that one.
No,
McCormick still interacts with me, dude. He just put a thing
he
about
interacts with me too.
He put a thing about how he was going to make a bet about Bitcoin for $100,000 with anybody, and I was like, "You don't have $100,000 to bet, pleb."
No, he will block me when I retire, and he will.
And he laughed back at that, like he thought like he didn't like fuck you kind of laugh, and I was like, all right, dude, but I mean, that's happening.
I mean, honestly, most of these old crypto influencers, they don't offer me any value, right? So I hardly follow any of them. I hardly interact with any of them. I believe at one point I was blocked by Peter McCormick. I don't know what. I was probably giving him data and facts, because usually I don't attack those guys. I just present what HEX is, and I give them like the chart and just show them what we're doing when they want to call HEX a scam. And so I think McCormick is really the only one that's got me blocked. And then I was blocked by Chris Bleck at one point. Me and Coffee were having a nice gentleman conversation. We honestly were just having a nice conversation with him, and he just ended up blocking me. I don't know if he blocked Coffee. And then just recently he did unblock me. So that was cool. But I think he realized, he probably wasn't getting as much interaction on his post once he blocked all the Hexicans. So
yeah, really.
Blocked.
Yeah, I was part of that too.
That's where it all comes from.
Yeah, pretty much. It's probably
like people make a HEX post and get more engagement on their HEX post than they have in their entire fucking Twitter career.
100%, and they know that. So
I look forward to the time. I look forward to the day when we're like past all that shit. When like HEX people don't even want to bother giving them the time of day because we're like just doing cooler and better shit. Like fuck with that. As people say, because they do realize they can get engagement that way, and that's the whole name of the game. So
I try not to, unless they have more engagement than me or more followers than me. That's kind of the rule. Is like that's what the punching up thing is. It's like if it's an obvious troll attention whore that's got like 30 followers, who cares? Just ignore it. But I mean, you can't. You tell people to ignore it, and nobody does. No one does.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
I've been able to ignore a couple of 30 and low profile people, but there's a few that there's few that are questionable. Like there's that cat that we were arguing. There's had a couple thousand followers that I still don't think they're like I wonder about some of these people whether they even have those, if there's just paid followers.
The one from a couple yesterdays ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like, I mean, I engage with some of that stuff, even though I'm like, I don't know if this is still even worth it. You know?
Yeah, but
most of the time it's not.
Oh, go ahead.
It's really
like what
not.
Richard said on. It's like what Richard said on his Twitter, right? He's like, people do this on purpose, right? And they're fishing for
just
attention.
to waste our time. Yeah.
The more you waste your time on that, the more you're not doing something productive.
Yeah.
But there is an art, right? So I mean, there's like, nice productive shilling, or I guess we should say promoting and marketing, right? You just go on someone's Twitter thread and drop a little hint. Marcus said, walk down Wall Street, notice whales hanging out with a shrimp. That's pretty cool. They were rapping hacks. Nice.
Well, that's when whales close the deal. So
yeah, I can't believe that. That's pretty awesome. Close the deal with your boss. Watch him make more money than he's like making in his job. Yeah.
Dude, chat's all over the place. You guys are great. Anyway, I did see DJ Cryptomatic in here, so I thought we'd do, because it's happy hour and that's what we do sometimes. We have fun, but we also aim to educate as well. DJ Cryptomatic, for those who are here late, I don't know the dates or days of the week. I think Vince, you say it's Tuesday,
Thursday, and Sunday.
So he does just, I love music, so I'm into it. He does great live streams on Twitch. On Twitch is the key. So find him over there. Follow him on Twitter.
Post or send us the link so we can post it in the chat for you.
Yeah. But at the same time, he also does something really cool, because he is a HEX DJ. And he's got like the HEX logo on his, dashboard and records and everything like that. He also mixes in sound bites from live streams to his sets. So there's Whales Only in there. There's clips from this show in there. And figured we could, do a little audience participation. We'll take your requests and I see DJ Cryptomatic. We'll take your request as to some things you'd like for us to say. It's up to DJ Cryptomatic if he wants to include them or not, or clip them. But just like little clips like DJ Cryptomatic, something like that. And especially I want to hear HODL Dog do some quotes as well in that excellent accent. I would love to hear that overlaid on some tracks. So
that's a lot of pressure, man.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was doing like 80s, rocking out to the 80s yesterday. Like sounds of the 60s or something. So you could do like DJ Cryptomatic with sounds of the 60s. Yeah. Come on.
Crypto Coffee Radio 105.
Thank you. I want to turn that one on.
I was going to say, I don't think that would make too much sense with the live set, because it is for his show, but I would love, anything. Vince, what do you got?
I can't think of anything that that you put me on the spot.
DJ, all right, here it is. So we got to do it silent too for it to be clipped. DJ Cryptomatic in the mix. All right, that didn't work. As you were saying.
Well, this we just
this is awful. We'll go around the room. Motley, read the first one.
Buy HEX, plebs. Don't know if that's gonna work, but
HODL Dog next.
DJ Cryptomatic, steak for 555. 5.
That's the best. That new 555 day steak, huh?
Easy to forget that last one.
And he pauses the music. 5.
Yeah, he's a DJ. Come on, he can mix that shit together.
Yeah.
Put him to the test.
Oh my god, Wales is onboarding. We're trying to forgot the 5. Oh shit. All right.
God, we suck.
5.
That's why Quattro Cinco is better.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah. What other HEX quotes could we do?
I like my one from that freaking out of context HEX used on me on my thing. I believe in the power of the line.
See, that's a good one.
I like Richard's. I'm the motherfucking giving tree. I like that one.
A little better when he says it, but yes, I do.
Of course.
Coffee. You have any favorite Hex quotes that you'd like to be included?
Man, I mean, stake it till you make it, or respect the pump. Ivan on tech. You've got to respect the pump, guys. Respect the pump.
That's
Perfect.
a good one.
That's what we're looking for. Perfect stuff. Can I get a link for this stream? It's on Twitch. So Cryptomatic, you're welcome to post it in chat if you want, man. Yeah, up and to the right. Up and to the right.
He wants a WWE announcer voice.
Bring your heroes here to die. That one's great.
Yeah.
Oh man. Woo. All right. Cool. All right. Hopefully that supplied him with some material. So anyway, we can always try it again and be more organized next time. But I thought it would be fun. Thank you, chat.
When's his next stream? Saturday, you said? So
I don't know. Cryptomatic put it in the chat
Sunday.
there. Yeah.
It's like Sunday afternoon for us.
Ching ching, motherfucker!
Just a classic one.
Jackpot, bitch.
Jackpot, bitch.
Dude, that little
He
clip
just
is
needs
great.
to clip Naga's stream. Yeah. So yeah, go to Naga Bell and motherfucking jackpot, bitch.
Yeah, he's already got a couple of those.
All right. So we have a couple more orders of business here. We have this poll, Vince, that you sent me.
Yes.
We have some results on this, so it leads us to our next topic. If I can find it here, crypto Vince. So this is the result of the poll that we discussed last week.
Yeah.
By request, just to gauge community sentiment, what version of Hex do you support? Hex Ethereum, Hex Pulse, both. And I kind of think, just drawing from the general sentiment of the Hex community, that falls in line. Have anything else on this, Vince? Any other commentary?
No. I just think that if this is anything to go by, I guess Hexicans will probably just hold both versions of Hex, and I know a couple out there will probably consolidate one into the other, but I think for the most part, it looks like we'll just hold both.
I think the value of Hex Classic, the one on the Ethereum chain, will probably continue
Stop
to go.
calling Hex Classic, man.
What would you like me to call it, HODL Dog?
I don't know.
It doesn't have a name yet. It's not even. It doesn't even
It's
exist.
just Hex
It's just
E,
Hex.
man.
That's not even an official name. You can call it whatever you want. Just have fun
I
with it.
always got like less pulses after Hex Classic. No, sorry.
No. But I think Hex on the Ethereum blockchain, is that better for you? You like that?
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think the Hex on the Ethereum blockchain, I think it'll probably definitely see a substantial price drop once we fork. But I think it'll start to climb back up over the years, or however long it takes Ethereum to get their shit together, and essentially do what Pulse Chain is doing and lower the fees, or maybe Ethereum doesn't get there and the bear market just takes care of that for us. And then it's cheap again to in-stake your Hex. And I think as it becomes cheaper to actually function on the Ethereum blockchain, I think the value of Hex on the Ethereum chain will begin to rise as well.
This is a really interesting scenario because there's going to be two versions of the coin. We all know that, but normally when a chain splits, it's everybody goes to the other one, right? Because
the old one dies.
The other one becomes deprecated, right? But we're not formally ever really deprecating ETH Hex. What we're doing is, you're going to have some portion of people that emergency end stakes because they're going to go the balls deep to Pulse Hex right away, and they're not going to even think about it. Maybe they'll just be a blind believer. But really, for me, who doesn't actually know, I might as well just keep them on both, keep them staked on both. Also, if I try to unstake on ETH Hex, like a lot of other people, I'll lose all my money. So you've got this really, really interesting situation where people incentivized on both chains to hold. That, to me, the closer they are, to me, because of that mechanism, it's actually going to be closer to a 2x than most chain splits would ever be. It's not going to be a perfect 2x in value, but I think it'll be somewhere between like a 1.2 to maybe a 1.5x, meaning the total value combined equals 1.5x of the previous value when there was only one. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What about this?
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, what about this? This is what I've been thinking about, and the most exciting potentially part of it, or it could mean absolutely nothing, but it's the marketing of both chains. Could there be a different message for, say, the old, I'm not going to say the C word there, HODL, but
yeah, you might give them a conniption.
that's right. But the ETH chain, and say that gets marketed to higher net worth people because of the fees, and there's just totally separate messaging for that. And it's like, okay, for your larger stakes, for your absolute whales that want to lock that up, obviously Hexicans already have that portion. That's you guys. And then for easy onboarding, quicker, $100, $200 stakes like that, that's Pulse, because it's faster. I'm just trying to, spitballing here, but that is a way for me to understand that both chains could survive with separate messaging, but it keeps the premise of the product in place. It's just marketing to different worth sectors, I guess, if you would like to say.
I think you said it best earlier. Like in the past, when we forked, and it's usually like the other coin gets disregarded. Like the reason we're forking is it's not a problem with Hex. Hex is perfect. If anything, it's one of the best products in existence right now when it comes to financial assets. There's no problem with Hex. It's what Hex is built on. It's the Ethereum blockchain. So there is no issue with Hex. So I think that's why both chains will still hold value. Of course, the one with the cheaper transactional fees and bonus features is probably going to gain more than the existing Ethereum blockchain Hex, but there is no problem with Hex. It's just what we're built on. So that's why, for me, I foresee both chains retaining high value. One will be slightly higher than the other, yes, probably, but both will have, in my eyes, a substantial value. And then hopefully the existing Ethereum Hex blockchain, or the Hex on the Ethereum blockchain, will continue to do better as time progresses, whether Ethereum gets their shit together or the bear market solves the problem for us as well.
That's a great point. I think also like the Hex on Pulse will have to, the price discovery will essentially have to start from zero and work its way up. So I do see maybe in the short term people will probably, if they have liquid Hex on ETH, they may want to, they might like strategize and sell it and buy up more Hex on Pulse to try to capture more of those gains. So I don't know.
Whales are going to have fun. It's going to be a whale party.
And could there be like different, I'm not talking marketing now, but different staking strategies? So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to take my ETH Hex and stake all that stuff, and just kind of accumulate it and stake it out for 10 years. And I'm going to kind of use the Pulse for maybe shorter stakes or something like that. I mean, there's so many possibilities here.
I think we'll see staking strategies change slightly to some degree, especially those with larger bags, when transactional fees are pennies on the dollar again. You could see people revolving like 90-day stakes. Maybe they have 3 of them, so they have them coming out each month. Like you can see a lot of that stuff occurring now that there's no transactional cost to do so. So we could see a lot more of that. And it's not necessarily they're holding liquid Hex. They're just content with those gains and just selling off the interest and continuing to rotate those stakes. You could see a lot of cool different staking strategy coming out. Obviously, long-term stakers are going to win overall, but I think there's going to be a whole new short-term game that comes into play.
Kurk, what you got?
I agree.
2 chains.
I agree with Vince. The price must be discovered. So, like, it's going to start at 0 and ideally comes close to it, but it really is going to depend on, buys and sells and value that is put in, liquidity that gets put on it. There's a lot of, there's a lot of factors. There's just a lot of factors that we'll have to watch that are going to be, it's going to be interesting. But I do think that they'll come, that they can find some sort of parity. I don't think it's going to be at the whatever price Hex, whenever it splits, it'll come down and find balance. They'll somewhere, but ideally for more value. Similar, pretty much what y'all said.
Does anybody know what current fees are? Just had a question in chat from Ben. I have not checked recently. A couple days ago. I mean, they move so fast, but days ago, I think they were like 20 to stake or something. Does that sound right?
Could even be higher. Just depends when you're doing it.
Yeah,
Peak
I mean,
hours, it can get
fluctuates like
Yeah.
crazy.
I've been trying to end one of my stakes, and it's been fluctuating between like 35 to 50, $60.
Last night there was it was some pretty cheap transactions. Like I was up on the East Coast around midnight to 2, and I was getting the fastest transaction fee was like 85 Gwei or something like that. So that was nice.
So yeah, I was going to say at slowest you can do 80, 83 is what the gas station is saying right now. But also I'd like people to, I don't think we've addressed it, important to make sure to note, if you are thinking of ending a stake and have been, waiting for good gas fees, please do so before the 14th of this month, because when the hard fork of Ethereum hits, the gas fees will go up about 2.7% or 2.7x X what it is now. So that $60 fee will be like, just do the math. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like that.
You do the math. Look up.
I don't care.
No, it'll be a lot of money, guys.
More.
It'll be about a lot. And I mean, hey, Pulse is coming. It's going to fix everything. It's going to be great. That's why, I don't know if Ethereum does get their shit together one day and they do have Ethereum 2.0 that comes out. That might be a year and a half, 2 years from now. And only at that time might the Ethereum Classic, the HEX, ETH HEX, that would
He's
be
not even listening.
I know. Only then would it be like worth something, I think, or worth more at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might see a steady decrease on ETH HEX or whatever until the gas fees come back down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have no idea. This is really like one of those cases where I just don't know.
Yeah, it's completely unprecedented in the history.
Yeah,
of
that's
crypto.
that is a good call. I mean, what happens when your liquid hex comes? Because like you have a stake that comes up on each chain. Like walk ourselves down this path. Is you unstake on each chain. Whatever amount of hex that you have. And then which one? If you have to take profit, which one of those two are you more likely to sell? And if you're going to reinvest, are you going to sell the ETH HEX version to buy the Pulse version? Is that your plan? I mean, I don't I'm just I'm just asking.
Yeah,
There's so many different aspects you can go.
Because everybody can, do different things. But yeah, I mean, it depends on who you are, how much gas fees affect you, how much you believe in the Ethereum ecosystem versus Pulse ecosystem. There's a lot of intangibles that we until we have more information about it, I can't guarantee, I can't know what is the better decision for anybody to make.
I'm sure Richard Hart will express his opinion as we get closer to the release. So I'm curious to see what he would like to see the system state do after Pulse Chain's release, because I'm sure he'll mention it, or he'll do it essentially like he's done before in his tweets where they're a little bit cryptic, or he'll just come out outright and say, hey, this is what I would recommend doing. So I'll be curious to see where his stance lies.
Yeah. On the flip side to that too, he's also on the stream with Chris Black. He mentioned that sometimes hexagons don't do what he suggests, and he kind of said it in a way where he seems like he's okay with that, and he'll just let us do our thing. So yeah, it's just social consensus. So, yeah.
At the same time, not saying he has control of the OA, but there is the OA, and they do have the majority vote.
True.
Whoever that might be.
Yeah, I've heard some hexagons say that they think that the OA will shift their liquidity from ETH to Pulse, but for me that doesn't really make sense, because Richard keeps saying low liquidity is better. So I don't think he would. I don't think the OA would do that.
I totally agree with Vince on that. Why would anybody pull liquidity off of a market? That would just ruin a lot of people's lives. You know what I mean? If why would he want to rug pull on Hex ETH just because Pulse is out now?
Yeah.
I mean, the origin address has more than enough money to provide liquidity on both.
Yeah.
So I don't see why.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's getting its own copy of its coins on Pulse too. And if it adds more, it just makes PulseX harder to pump. So
there's a lot of things that OA can do. It'll be interesting when the time comes to see what actions it does take or doesn't take. Either one can be just as impactful.
Yeah. I'm actually wondering about are we going to clone Uniswap onto Pulse Chain? Is it going to come automatically like that, or what's the situation?
We talked about this on the Wake Up HEX stream on Discord Syndicate, and we didn't really finish this point because, like, what's about all the people who have liquidity in the Uniswap when the snapshot happens? Because your HEX is packed into this LP token. You just have the LP token. So how should you get your HEX? So think about this. Yeah. This means either you have to pull out all the liquidity, which is not really realistic, I think, and then on the other side, there should be a equivalent of the Uniswap where you just put in your forked tokens, LP tokens, and you still have the liquidity. But my questions for you is like the USDC liquidity or the ETH liquidity, because everything else you will get from the fork, but not the USDC and not the ETH. So maybe somebody said before, like the OA has enough funds or liquidity. I think it's not all OA related liquidity anyway. So I think we see a shift in the USDC liquidity, maybe like what you said, Vince, before. Hexicans are not always doing what Richard says. And yeah, I don't know what you think about the USDC liquidity in general, like not the rest.
I like being decorrelated from Ethereum. When we do go in that bear market, I think that's a very crucial strategy for HEX to stand apart. And not
I think Richard said that as well. Yeah. D43. What's that was an interesting point. I gotta find it here. I think the OA might stake for the snapshot if there is a snapshot, especially if Pulse is airdropped to T shareholders. I love this speculation.
That's an interesting possibility.
I mean, it'll be so all the HEX liquid and staked will get copied over in the fork, so you don't have to worry about that. I think the Pulse token might get airdrop to everyone, liquid and staked HEX, in my opinion. And even if they might even weight it where if you're staked, maybe you get a little bit more Pulse token. But I think for the most part, I think just the buying pressure of just airdropping Pulse token to HEX holders, liquid and staked, will be amazing. It'll be one hell of a pump or pulsamental, whatever you want to call it.
Pulsamental.
Yeah, Pulsamental. I guess that's
GoDaddy.com.
Pulsamentals.com.
Pulsamentals.
Yeah. Maddie's probably buying it right now.
Yeah. He's lurking the chat, and yeah, that's what it is. RD, what's up? Welcome. We got a lot of latecomers. I think this is like our most live viewership yet. So audience keeps growing. It's awesome. I see the subs going up. You guys rock, man. Toblerone is just all you got here. You rock too. Thank you for stopping by. Active chat, man. It's hard to keep up. It's like one of the big event streams that I do, except it's happy hour. So maybe it's the guests. They're here for the HODL dog.
I don't think so, man.
It's all-time highs, man. All-time highs brings everyone out.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, all the trolls and the plebs coming out of the little holes. So
we have a new term. Throbomentals.
Throbomentals.
Throb coin or something. I don't know. Anyway, Richard just tweeted something.
Pulsamentals is available if anyone wants to go buy it real quick.
There you go.
And it's cheap.
Snatch it.
just throwing it out there.
Oh, really? It's cheap? I would expect everyone to be going after that one.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Get a coffee.
Month. Go get it.
Do a redirect to your
I don't
course.
care enough.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I contemplate for a half second to buy it. It's like, nah, I'll just throw that out there. Someone else can get it.
I don't care.
Yep.
Just a tweet from Richard just like seconds ago. Is Bitcoin valuable? What if you made a more secure one? What if it used less energy? What if it paid interest?
Sounds like HEX.
Would that be more valuable?
Question mark.
What's he talking about?
Please, Richard, tell me more.
I love the way he speaks in coded speech on Twitter.
Yeah,
Hardly
that's the
coded,
ultimate style chilling.
The people who know.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, Wales. You're talking HEX to the ball share onboarding. Wales, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, I look forward to the story, man, because I know you stream quite often, so you better include that in one of these streams, man. So, all right. Well, we got the rundown list pretty completed here. We're hour and a half in. Anything else? Oh, I got one more thing. So, and this just kind of quickly goes back to the very top of the show. So, average stake length, and this again goes back to vanishing supply and the time value money, which again Richard tweeted out earlier today. But even he mentioned the other day, the average stake length has gone from, quietly from 4.9 years to like 5.5 or over that now.
Yeah.
How amazing is that? I just, they don't know, man. I keep saying it, and on Twitter, they just don't know. And when they know, it's going to be too late. Thankfully, everybody watching this panel here, that's awesome, has been in or is getting in further now. Not financial advice, but
do it anyway.
It's all on chain. I can't say that enough. As you can see the transactions, you can see the supply vanishing, you can see how far it's vanishing for. Man, bro, oh, it's so exciting. So anyway. How about a little round of easy trivia before we go?
Very good.
Sure.
Hit me.
All right. Well, for our audience, we have a little fun here every now and then while we also aim to educate. We do like to entertain from time to time and teach you about new staking strategies such as HODL Dog's 555 stakes. But this one,
you want to get it wrecked? Yeah, do it like this.
Get wrecked. Stake 555.
Actually, it's more than a year. You should be good. So.
Yeah, it's like a year and a half-ish.
It's still not bad advice.
Yeah, no, it's like more than a year and a half. Yeah, but we'll go around the room. Easy trivia questions. Vince says sometimes that they aren't as easy as they seem, but we like to have a little fun here, so let's do it.
I will be completely lost anyway, so
I have faith in you. We at least like to see you get out of the first round. That's our goal here.
Okay.
All right. So we'll go clockwise. We'll go clockwise.
Some people have a hard time with round one.
Yeah. Vince has been eliminated from round one 3 times. So, and there is a out of context HEX video documenting one of the best ones ever.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was
we need to find out. I need to have that on file. But,
I think I have it saved somewhere on my phone.
Yeah. The whales onboarding course coming soon, Coffee.
Yeah.
You better watch your back, bro.
I bet he'd make a good course, man. I bet whales would make a good course.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like, and maybe even like different audiences, of course, too. So maybe Coffee's ends up being the Pulse one, and Wales' ends up being the ETH one, depending upon the marketing
classic
strategy. The Wall Street HEX versus the casual onboarders. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, all right, let's go around the room clockwise. Motley Investor, we'll start with you.
Yep.
Are you ready, sir?
Sure.
All right. Easy trivia. We'll determine this week's champion. Motley, Mexico is part of what continent?
North America.
See, easy trivia, guys. Easy trivia.
I would probably never come on stream again. If I got that wrong, I'm never showing my face. Sorry, guys.
HODL Dog. France is part of what continent?
Europe.
Very good. Vince. Zimbabwe is part of what continent?
You really don't want to have after round one, right?
Got it, Vince.
Sound it out.
Google is your friend, Vince. Google.
Hey, turn off the chat, everybody. That's playing this game.
Private chat only.
I forgot to encourage chat to post your answers, but yeah, private chat for just us.
Yes.
For the panel.
Yes, Africa indeed.
Are you just reading the answer from chat, Vince?
Yeah, that was your question, by the way.
No, he said it right out the gate.
He said it.
Okay. The answer is
All right, what's mine?
Coffee. Argentina is part of what continent?
South America, bruh.
And Kurk, that's easy trivia. Canada is part of what continent?
North America.
All right. See, easy trivia made out of the first round. All right. Let's step it up a little bit.
Not too much.
Motley, the Garden State is the nickname of which U.S. state?
The Garden State? What the fuck?
I hear that.
I don't remember that one either.
The Garden State.
I mean, it's like kind of close to us.
Give me a second. Garden State.
I guess it's not Nevada.
No. There's a lot
That's
of
a dead
desert.
garden right
lot
there.
of desert out there. The Garden State. See, now you're gonna throw me off by saying it's kind of close to us. Now, now I'm gonna definitely guess wrong. Man, I don't want to go out this early. I don't want to pull.
I don't want you to either. Chat's smart.
Yeah, and they're just copying each other.
One person says it.
Get out of here. Whatever. I'll just go ahead and get out so I stop wasting time. I'll just say Maryland.
Correct answer
New Jersey.
is Jersey.
Jersey.
We'll see you later, Motley. We'll see you back for the close of the show so you can shill yourself.
Like they call it they call it the Garden State, but it's mostly just highways.
That and a lot of fields and cattle too. So
Yeah.
anyway, Huddle Dog. I know this is U.S., but this area is pretty well known worldwide, so maybe you do know it. Area 51 is located in which United State?
For Nevada?
Yeah.
This is a state?
Yeah, Hold the Dog.
Nice.
Pretty good. Non-US.
Chat coming up huge. Vince.
Too late.
Yes, Cabana.
The Hoosier State is the nickname of which U.S. state?
I know this one. Just wanted everyone else to know that.
Oh man. Oh, Indiana.
Oh, you're right. Good job.
Yeah.
Nice.
Indiana. Panda got it. Tobler Roos, you're a little off, brother. Just a little one over. One over.
Yeah.
Coffee. What state did Eminem grow up in?
Oh fuck. Massachusetts, Maryland. Shit.
We're sounding it out here.
Hold on. Hold on. Those aren't my answer. I feel like I should know this, dude.
Chat knows it, or one person knows it, and now everybody is piling on.
Oh, Detroit. Michigan.
You cheater! You totally cheated.
Kick me out.
You're getting rugged. All right. I saw you read that. Anyway. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. All right. This is too funny. All right. Who's left? Kurk. In what state will you find the city of Nolans?
Oh, Louisiana.
Very good.
One of my favorite cities, next to Chicago.
Gotcha. Huddle Dog.
Yes, sir.
What state did the attack on Pearl Harbor take place in the United States?
Hawaii.
Very good. Vince, which state is known as the volunteer state?
I'm probably going to go out on this one. State. I don't know.
That's hard, man.
Coffee wrapping in chat. You got one shot to buy all the hex you ever wanted. Have a couple right answers in chat.
Just gonna say, I don't know. Wild guess, Virginia.
The correct answer is Tennessee.
Tennessee.
So
Yeah, the
congrats
volunteers.
to the
Tennessee
Panda
volunteers.
and
They are
Belarus.
the college team that is there.
All right. Big Kirk. In what state will you find the city of Albuquerque?
Oh, Albuquerque is in New Mexico.
You just light up when you know the answers to these things.
It's getting all excited and shit.
All right, now we might be coming into HODL Dog's more of HODL Dog's wheelhouse here, because now we're going across the world for some capitals.
Capitals are bad. Yeah, go for it.
What is the capital of Thailand?
Bangkok? No. Bangkok?
Is that your final answer?
Wait.
You said no, but if that's your final answer.
Yeah, I go with that, but it's not right. I know it.
You do not know, because the correct answer is Bangkok.
Shit. I was there, for fuck's sakes. Shouts out.
Like, that's right. That's right. Chat's like, that's right. Kurk, what is the capital of Israel?
Tel Aviv.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new trivia champion. First time on the show. HODL Dog, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was, I guess I have a little bit advantage for the first time, so that's sweet.
How so? I just
No, that's cool. Thank you very much. Do I get an NFT now, or what do I win?
You win the opportunity to address your fans in chat. So this is customary on the show. You get to say whatever you want.
I can chill my shit, basically.
Well, we do that at the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
So you can you can talk shit right now to everybody else if you want, but you will have an opportunity.
I do that
to show
already in my
later.
videos a lot. So I think I prefer if the crew is coming back to the stream. So don't let the boys hang out in the green room.
Oh,
Oh, sweet. That's a sweet dog.
So very European of you.
yeah.
You're pretty Swiss. I
Cryptomatic
guess.
wants you to talk the shit. So.
Or
Hodl
double
God
chill.
Prisology is looking for a shout out. But anyway. All right, gents. Well, another great show. Cool to have like another guest champion. Congrats again, HODL Dog. And now is the time where we go around the room and we call this Shill Your Shit and tell us where the Hexkin community can find you.
I'll go
HODL
first.
Dog.
Well,
I have to
go
start. Sorry,
clockwise.
man. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would be mostly on YouTube. I'm gonna post the link in the chat right now. So follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter as well. This would be really appreciated. And if you would like to hit the like button on this video and subscribe to Cabana Crypto, this would be appreciated as well. So yeah, I'm mostly on YouTube and Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitch, everywhere you want on Dlive, but mostly on YouTube and Twitter.
Can I do one request?
No.
Oh, come on.
So you can find me at Motley Investor on.
Shut up, Motley. All right.
He was not done yet. Yeah, of course. Come on, bro.
Can you just say, Cabana Crypto, welcome to the hood, brother?
Cabana Crypto, welcome to the hood, brother.
Always wanted that. Thank you. All right, Motley.
I like the brother.
The brother.
He always says it with the new followers at the top of the stream. I was like, man,
Welcome
I'm kind
to
of
the
want to
hood, brother.
unfollow and follow just so I can get a welcome to the hood. But anyway.
It's a good sample for GTA.
Oh,
That was good.
yeah.
That was a natural one. If he's
Yeah, if he does like a rap set or something, you get the welcome to the hood, brother. All right. Molly,
Yeah,
you have a lot going on.
you can find me at Motley Investor on Twitter, YouTube, Telegram, Twitch, wherever. Big show that we do is Nights of the Crypto Table that we do Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. We rotate channels between mine, Look Into Crypto, otherwise known as Wasabi, Dollar Cost Crypto, otherwise known as Litecoin, Valiant Brand, and Crypto Coffee down there below.
The Knights of the Crypto Table.
Nice.
On Tuesdays, and only by mistake on a Wednesday night. Only happened one time.
I think.
Vince, what you got?
Yep.
And a request. Oh, you already honored it. Thank you.
Oh, did I?
Yep. You just did.
By accident?
Yeah.
Totally didn't even notice. People can find me on Twitter at CryptoVince369, and I co-host the HEX Asians show Sundays and Mondays, 5 a.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern.
How's that going, by the way? Because I see you have some your panel's growing, right?
Yeah, well, we kind of have some help from Wales only. He's been coming in and going through his charts. And
oh, that's cool.
Talking about stuff like
Awesome.
the math and stuff. So yeah, that's been drawing in a lot of viewers. So
oh yeah, especially if they can get something new and
yeah, big shout out to him. So yeah,
awesome. Coffee, brother, tell us about your course and your Twitters and your social medias.
Yeah, so I'm Crypto Coffee and everything. Crypto Coffee 369. I have a course out. I spent a lot of time making it. So whether you like that or not, it's out and I'm going to show it. I spent a lot of time making it because I want to give people an easy way to onboard into HEX to save them a ton of time and a ton of money. So if you're brand new to HEX, brand new to crypto in general, hexpassiveincome.com is for you. And if you are a loyal Hexican OG, it's a quick way to make $80, the easy way when you're already onboarding somebody. If you're going to do it and you don't want to hold their hand and spend 10 hours with them, I mean, you might like them, but you might not really like them enough to want to be patient with them through, how do I set up my private keys and all that bullshit. So give them my course, make $80. I'll make 120. And the real winner is the person that took the course because their whole life is going to change. Guys, come on, go chill. That's it.
And everyone in chat and the entire Hexagon community, everyone wins because if you have more educated users and stakers, the system just gets that much stronger. So absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Big Kurk.
You can find me on Twitter at Big Kurk, or Big Kurkowski, pardon me. You can also find me on Telegram, Big Kurkowski. You can find me in Vegas in a few months.
All right.
Besides that, you can find me here on Fridays.
How's
as long as Cabana will keep having me.
The old Bingo Earth thing? Got anything?
Oh yes. I've been very much slacking. I've been working on some stuff with Gary recently that we've been working on some business things. So that's really taken a ton of my time away, and some other things are taking my time away. So I am planning on doing that. I actually have my production guy just hit me up the other day and was like, "Are we doing this or not?" So yes, we will be doing some Bingo Earth stuff very, very soon. I'll get on that hopefully within the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye out, Bingo.
I miss it. I miss Bingo Earth.
Yeah, actually, I was just going through the numbers, and there's a girl who I know who won a bingo. Just was like, yeah, sure, I'll come in and join, and she won a bingo, and her bingo win is worth on $2,200 or something right now. She staked it out, and she's like, so there's a few different people like that that have done very well from their bingo wins. It's pretty kick ass. So we'll do it. We'll do it again real soon.
And not to tease too much, but I believe you have, and not to overpromise or produce any expectations, but you do have other things in the works that you will announce at a later date. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. I do.
Outstanding. So just a tease, just like the Pulse tease for the end of the month, which is just 3 weeks away, that Richard Hart gave out a few days ago. So cool, gentlemen. Thank you for joining in and helping to educate, recap the week's news, have a little fun here. That's what we do. And appreciate you guys and everybody in chat. Most active chat. I think it's our most viewed live show to date. So it just keeps growing. You guys are awesome. It's the most retweets and likes. That it's just picking up, guys. And this community is just an awesome example of what a crypto community can be. It's so cool. So I love it. Thank you, everybody. This is so cool. And thanks again to this awesome panel. And we'll wrap it up and see you next week.
Thanks for being a great host.
Oh,
Thanks for having me, man.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
thank you. Hold the dog. Motley, Fitz, Kurk, coffee.